Double Aura Sphere. Oh, he has a... Oh, what the fuck am I going against? Did you guys see that like I did? Hyper Potion? He had a Hyper Potion. What is up, everybody? Back with some more Pokemon Scarlet Violet Regulation H VGC. Got one of my teams that I actually created today that we're going to be featuring and we're going to have a session with for you guys today. This is a team I built around Chesnaught, Ninetales, and a few other really cool things. It is a really high placing team on Showdown and in-game that is required or has like a bunch of stuff on it that is non-meta. A lot of these mons really aren't like the top usage mons at all, and a lot of stuff you don't really see that much. There's a few things that are kind of common, like the Incineroar and the Ninetales mostly, but apart from that, a lot of the other stuff on this team is either dropping off in usage significantly since the start of Regulation Age, or nobody's using at all. So this is a team that's got really high ranks in the ranked ladder. This team got me to 1300 on the in-game Master Ball ladder, and this team also got me to 1520 something on Showdown, on the best of one Showdown Regulation H ladder. So unfortunately I don't have a screenshot of like the in-game like ranking because I forgot that it actually decays after a while. So it's been over a week now and like I decayed back to like 8,000, 9,000, whatever it is. But this team did get up to 1300. I just don't have a screenshot of it because it was stupid and I never thought about that. I forgot it actually decayed if you don't play ranked, so you got to keep playing for you to keep your rank. So that's where this team did peak. Rental for this team up in the corner, pace for this team down below. I'm gonna have an in-depth explanation. I'm gonna run through this entire team in depth, so it's gonna be a kind of more of a long explanation. So if you guys want to skip to the battles, I'll throw a timestamp on screen for you guys right now. If you guys just want to skip to the battles, if you guys want to use this team, like I said, rental in the corner, paste down below. If you guys have any content creators, I know there's a few content creators that watch my channels or use my team, feel free to use the team. Let me know any feedback. Let me know how you guys do. Just give me a shout out in the video, or my channel shout out in the video, or throw my channel link in the description. Completely fine. Also appreciate you guys using my last team. I had multiple people telling me that they actually used my last team. If you guys missed it, it was the team around Hisuian, Zorwork, Noivern, Sylveon, and a few other things like Charge Bug and a few other stuff. And a lot of people told me that they actually ended up using that team to grind all the way to Master Ball tier, and they liked how that team really played and how it really did. So appreciate you guys that used my past team that I featured a few weeks ago. If you guys missed that team, I'll leave a link to that video at the end of the video. If you guys want to go check that one out, that was my last team I made. As for this team though, let's hop right into it. There's a lot I want to talk about. I went into this wanting to build around two specific mons. The two mons I really wanted to build around were Ninetales, Alolan Ninetales, and Chesnaught. Alolan Ninetales offensively I think is something that nobody uses at all. We used it on a few sessions for like a few rental teams over the past month, and every single time it was really fun to use, and I really wanted to build my own team with it, and that's kind of what it did here. Really, really good, especially with like being able to change the weather and that type of thing. It actually hits pretty damn hard, especially as being able to land the non-stop blizzards, not being able to miss, plus the Ice Terror boost and the Specs boost. Catches a lot of people off guard. And then you have the Chesnaught, which this thing actually ended up catching in the wild. I caught this thing shiny in the wild, and I raised it from a wee lad all the way up to where it is now. Raised it from in the wild being pretty much a useless mon with no trainer to getting top 13 or 1300 on the Master Ball ladder. I think I'm a pretty successful trainer if that's the case. But got the Chesnaught, which is a really cool mon. You got the Iron Defense Body Press, and probably one of the more underrated sleeper Iron Defense Body Press users, just because it has a really good typing and a really good ability that also is pretty good currently in the format. Bulletproof, blocking out like ball and bomb type moves, so stuff like Shadow Ball. There's a few other things. Weather Ball is a huge one. There's a few other ones. I think Pollen Puff might be one. I'm not 100% sure though. There's a few other like moves that get blocked by Bulletproof too. I'm just not thinking of them off the top of my head, but you guys probably know. In the comments, you probably let me know. It's a really good ability. Checks a lot of stuff currently in the format. Sludge Bomb's another one. I don't know if I mentioned Sludge Bomb, Shadow Ball, a few other things. Then we got a bunch of other stuff on this team. Starting out with the Ninetales, we have the Choice Specs Ninetales. Hits like an absolute truck. It's kind of just more straightforward set, 252, special attack speed with the Terra Ice. Mainly what you're going to be doing this thing is either if they have opposing weather, you're going to use it to set up weather. You also have synergy with the Smeargle, which you actually have Aurora Veil with, which is really nice. You have the Blizzard there, which just hits crazy hard, especially with specs, and a Terra Ice boost. Really good for coming in late game and kind of just cleaning up a match. Really solid speed tier of 109. Really good mon. You got the Freeze Dry there for stuff that you need a single target ice type move, or you can like hit it for super effective damage. Stuff like Kingdra, Clipper, it's 4 times effective on Gastrodon, that type of thing if they don't Terra. If you need a single target move, if they have like Wide Guard or something to kind of get around that, it's also pretty good. Moonblast for your fairy type coverage. And then you have actually a Baton Pass on this. Baton Pass is there just mainly so you can actually come in, just set up your weather, and then if you're outspeeding everything on the enemy team, you can just Baton Pass right out into like the Incineroar or something else, and kind of get a free Aurora Veil up that way, or kind of disrupt your opponent's weather. That's the main thing. That's what it's really there for. Mainly for the switch initiative, and this mainly being able to switch out into something you don't really want to go against, or just setting your own weather for like Aurora Veil. That's kind of what it's there for. Apart from that, it's not going to really be doing much, but it's there if you really do need it, which I've had it a few times where it does come in pretty clutch. Kind of catches your opponent off guard, so really good to have switch initiative and being able to set your weather, kind of throwing your opponent off guard and disrupting them. So got the star of this team, which is the Chesnaught with the 252 HP, 252 special defense. Overall, what this Chesnaught does is it's incredibly bulky, really difficult to take down. If they have something that has flying type coverage, the main things that are Chesnaught is weak to, that's pretty common currently, are stuff like Pelipper, Salamence, what else? Dragonite with like Terra Flying, pretty common. Talonflame, which is the main one. There's a few other things that are carrying flying coverage, so that's something you do have to look out for. That's why it's Terra Electric. Overall, too, Terra Electric is also just a really good Terra, just because you only have one weakness, which is to ground. And this team kind of covers her ground types pretty well, so you don't have to really worry about it. So, Terra Electric overall just a really good Terra for it. Even like if you're taking neutral hits, most of the time you're just so bulky to where you're not taking much damage anyways. You have the Body Press Iron Defense there, that's your main damage output. The stuff that resists or is immune to Body Press is usually weak to Knockoff. You're probably asking yourself, why aren't you running like a grass type move? And throughout all of my experimentation with this team in multiple iterations, having like Seed Bomb or Leech Seed really didn't do much for you. I think overall Knockoff is the best option as your other attacking move. Allows you to hit stuff like Basket Legion, Bramble Gas, which otherwise you just get completely walled by. There's a few other things too that Knockoff's really good into. Golden Go, which otherwise you get kind of completely walled by. So you actually could 2-hit KO Golden Go with Knockoff, which is really nice. And they can't really do much back to you, especially if you have Wide Guard on your side. They can't hit you with Shadow Ball, they can't hit you with Wide Guard, because if you have Smeargle on the field, then you're going to be blocking the other damage they do. So, pretty good into that. There's a few other things it's also really good into. It's good into like Porygon 2, Murkrow, being able to knock off Eviolites. Dusclops is kind of rising up. It's pretty good into Dusclops. A lot of the ghost types that just kind of wall you either get like one-hit KO'd or pretty much one-shotted by Knockoff, or they usually end up getting two-shotted by it most of the time. And usually at that point you have something else on the field that's doing damage anyways, kind of helping you out, so it's kind of what it's really there for. Just pretty much set up Body Press, or set up Iron Defense and just start shitting damage, and being really, really bulky to where your opponent's just not able to really take you down, and you're just doing more damage than they're able to do to you. It's the main thing with the Chesnaught. You got the Incineroar on this team. Really good pivot, just overall really good mod for this team to have. Got the safety goggles there, so you're able to kind of play around a lot of the Spore users. This is the main thing on this team that you're really going to want to be using into like your Moongus type teams. That's what this Incineroar is mainly there for. Got these safety goggles for like the Sleep Powder, Spore shit from a Moongus or Lilligant or Jumpluff or whatever else has Spore. The random Venusaur, Smeargle you run into, maybe that has Spore. Got the Fake Out there, Knockoff, Flare Blitz, Parting Shot. It's overall a really standard set. The EV spread, I'm not sure on this exactly on top of my head, but it is in the paste. It's more of a custom EV spread. If you guys are curious, check out the Poke Paste, or just look at the spread in game. We got the Smeargle on this team, which is another mon nobody's using. Smeargle is actually incredibly good because all the teams that are being ran right now, a lot of your teams will either rely on Tailwind to be fast, or they're just pretty slow. And they're slow enough to where Smeargle can just freely outspeed them most of the time, which is something that's really good right now. Nobody's running Smeargle and nobody's expecting Smeargle. And you also have that surprise factor of not knowing what moves it actually has. You got the Aurora Veil there for just being able to make your team incredibly bulky for this team. Pairs really well alongside the Ninetales, and especially for like the Rhyperior, the Incineroar, and the Chesnaught, or behind Aurora Veil is just really scary. Even if it's only 5 turns, 5 turns is really all you need to try to set up or just start shitting damage. Really, really good. Wide Guard's the main thing you're going to be using this Smeargle for. There is so much spread moves in the format currently. Expanding Force, Heat Wave, Eruption, what else? Surf. Once in a while you'll find Surf, Snarl, Icy Wind, Blizzard from Ninetales, Rock Slide, Earthquake. There's a bunch of other shit. Make It Rain from Golden Go. There's so many spread moves in the format currently, and Wide Guard just negates all of those, which this team really likes. If you can negate like Wide Guard and catch your opponents off with a Wide Guard, like for 1 or even like 2 turns, it usually switches the match to where you're able to just get a huge chunk of damage off on your opponent to kind of flip the game in your favor. It's just really, really good. And being on Smeargle, you don't know that it actually has Wide Guard most of the time. You don't know the Smeargle's moveset because it could have anything, so they can't really predict it at all either, which is another thing it really has going for it. Apart from that, you have Spore. If you're faster, if you're going against like a really slow team, or if you get your really good Moody boost going, you get some speed boost off Moody, Spore is really good. If you can put some stuff to sleep and like just start shitting damage or setting up with the Chesnaught and that type of thing, you can just kind of roll the game and roll the lobby. That's kind of what it really does. And then overall, as in the last move, you have Ruination, which pairs really well with this team. Just being able to do that 50% free chunk of health really helps a lot of the mons on this team do some consistent damage and kind of be more reliable for KOs. Helps the Hydreigon, helps the Rhyperior, helps the Ninetales on the stuff it can maybe a little bit struggle with and not do enough damage to get a 1-hit KO on. That fixes that problem. The Chesnaught, if it's not fully set up, can help with that, trying to just chip it down to where a body press at half health can maybe get a KO, that type of thing. And same with the Incineroar. It's overall a really good, consistent move. That is also a dark type move, unlike Super Fang, so you cannot block it with a ghost type, so that's really cool. It's a really cool Smeargle set. Got the Focus Sash there, and you got Moody. So if you get some good Moody boosts rolling, or if you're able to stay on the field for a long time, you actually become pretty bulky and kind of difficult to kill. So it's another thing not many people are actually taking into consideration. Since the power format's a lot lower, if you're able to get a lot of defense boost on the Smeargle and is able to survive long enough, it actually can be pretty difficult to kill. A lot of people can take that into consideration either. Got the Hydreigon on this team. I want another dark type, and this fills out the fire, or the Fairy Dragon Steel Core. Got the Terra Steel Hydreigon here. It's pretty much just there to cover off the Steel type stuff. The Flash Cannon Terra Steel, more of a defensive Terra. Patch that 4x Fairy weakness. Apart from that, she's got really consistent Dragon and Dark type moves and really good damage. The Citrus Berry is there just kind of for more longevity. There's a lot of stuff to where if a Citrus Berry pops, you would normally get 2-hit KO'd by some stuff. But with the Citrus Berry healing you up, it actually puts it more in your favor to where you're not able to get KO'd, or there's less of a chance you get a KO from a 2-hit KO, or you're actually able to live for a few more turns. So that's kind of why I threw it on there. Didn't really need any damage boosting items and like any of the other stuff I originally tried. I tried a bunch of other items. I think Citrus is the most consistent, at least that I went with. So, and then last but not least, I got the Rhyperior on this team. You guys are probably scratching your head, why do you have a Rhyperior on this team? This is the mon on this team that you're probably going to be bringing the least. Just mainly because this thing is good for specific matchups, and this helps this team versus like specific matchups. It's really good into like a lot of your sand teams with Terra Water. You're able to just shit high horsepower. Like Tyranitar can't really touch you at all. You have such high defense. Excadrill with Terra Water can't really touch you very well. You one-shot it pretty much with high horsepower. You got Brick Break there for Tyranitar, which is 4 times effective. That it's good into those type of teams. And it's also good into Arclodon Rain, which is the main thing this team was kind of struggling with. That's the main thing for this Rhyperior with the AV Assault Vest. You have Lightning Rod, so Arclodon cannot spam Electro Shot. If they do, you absorb it and you just get a free special attack boost and make the turn irrelevant for them, which opens so many doors for this team. And being that you also have Assault Vest, unless they're running like max special attack Draco Meteor, you're not getting one-shotted by anything. They have to be at like +2 to like with a Draco Meteor to actually like one-shot you from full health. So, and like at that point, you're probably doing decent damage to them. Either you force a Terra out of Arclodon so they don't take super effective damage from high horsepower or Brick Break, and they go like usually like Terra Grass or Terra Fairy, which also opens up the rest of this team to where you're actually able to hit them for super effective damage. Because if they go Terra Grass, then you usually bring in Ninetales to a lot of your rain matchups anyways, so that just allows the Ninetales to kind of clean up the Arclodon. And then if they go like Terra Fairy, then you can go for like a few other options on this team. So, or like whatever the other Terras they currently have. They're at least the most common one I seen was Grass. I've seen a few other crazy ones, but that's the most common one, at least currently. Got the Rock Slide there just for solid damage. The main thing with the Rhyperior there is just to soak up hits and just throw out as much damage as possible before it dies. That's kind of the main role on this team. And if you're going against a lot of like electric spam type stuff, what maybe if you ran into that like that random Pincurchin like electric terrain spam team, whatever reason, it's also pretty good into that. Believe it or not, I did run into that a few times, so it is kind of good into that. So, but it's mainly there to patch up your rain weakness to a lot of rain teams. It's pretty good into, and it's also good into a few other things that are pretty common in the format right now, especially with like Terra Water. So you're able to live a lot of hits with how bulky you are. You got max def, max HP. I think you're running Adamant. I think I have Adamant on this, so you're doing a little bit more damage. And you have a really solid attack stat and defense stat the way it is. So you're just incredibly bulky, and you're just able to soak up hits and just dish out really solid amounts of damage for this team to allow like the Ninetales or something else to come in late game and kind of clean up the match. So it's kind of what's really on here for. But like I said, the mon you're probably going to be bringing the least out of everything on this team. But when you do bring it, it usually is there for a reason, and it usually puts in work. So that's kind of what I wanted. Apart from that, that's the entire team. Let's hop in some games. That was a long ass explanation, but like I said, I'll probably put a timestamp at the start of this so you guys can skip to the matches. Let's hop in some games. Alright, we're here with the match. I really don't know what it is. It keeps putting me against Regulation G teams. I don't know, like, especially in I did a few warm-up matches with this team. I don't know why everybody's using Regulation G teams on the casual ladder tonight. I really don't. I'm going to try this one, though. We're going to see how it goes. It's going to be a disaster. Actually, this is not even a Regulation G team. This is a Regulation, like, G+, triple plus team. Kyogre, Rillaboom, Tornadus, Incineroar, Calyrex, Ice, Chien-Pao. Typical sweat garbage. Broken shit. So, what I want to do here. I need Smeargle for Wide Guard. That's for sure. I think I just lead Smeargle here. I'm going to lead Smeargle, and I'm going to lead the Chesnaught. What else do I want to do? I'm going to bring the Ninetales for weather control. And I'll bring my own Incineroar here. If you're enjoying the video, leave a like, subscribe, share the video. It really helps out the channel. Appreciate all your guys' support over the last few weeks. This ain't really that good at all. I don't want to get faked out and have my sash broken here, which kind of sucks. I may go into my own Incineroar here, which I might do. I'm going to try to Spore, though. I think Spore is really good. I'm going to Spore, and then I'm just going to Spiky Shield here. He actually just goes straight away for the Flare Blitz. If I can wide guard, he might not even have like a single target flying move. I was gonna say I can maybe Terra here, but like if I just go for wide guard, like I can maybe try to set up here. Just spit F boost, that's nice. Speed drop though kind of sucks. I'm gonna wide guard. I'm gonna try to set up on him. I'm gonna set up a 1 iron defense here. Like, if he only has Bleakwind Storm too, like, he cannot touch Smeargle at all, so... There it is. There's the Bleakwind Storm, nice. Maybe he has Taunt, I don't know if he does. I think he would already went for Taunt, though. You think, at least. Hack boost, that does not matter at all. Let's wide guard again. I'm gonna wide guard again. And I'm gonna body press here. See how much damage it does. I don't think he has anything else. Like, he can just stay in here, but like, he's just burning Tailwind turns. He's just burning Tailwind turns here. I'm not gonna waste a Terra either if he just wants to stay in and click the same move over and over. I can just get rid of the Incineroar now, and that's kind of what I do. Before it wakes up, starts doing damage. Get that thing out of here. Another Spit F boost, really nice. Or see, if he does he have Kyogre in the back, or he has Chien-Pao, okay. I'm not really worried about Chien-Pao, like, at all, so. I think worst case scenario here, he goes like Terra Ghost to dodge a body press. That's maybe something he can do here. But like on the following turn, I just go for knockoff. So like I'm not really scared of it at all here. I just sit here and spam wide guard and kill the rest of his team until the Tornado is his last mon on his team. That's what I do. See if he has Ice Shard too. Maybe this Chien-Pao has Ice Shard. He can actually outspeed me and just get rid of the Smeargle. He's not even Sash, okay. Maybe it was Banded. That could have been Banded. Looking at his team, it maybe could have been. We're doing really good. I'm at like +6 Spit F now. I'm doing really, really good. Tornado's just sitting here literally doing nothing. He has Kyogre. Oh, that's nice. Air Balloon. Okay, so he's not Specs at least. I just click wide guard. Just click wide guard here, and then I start body pressing in case he has Water Spout. He surrenders! Oh my gosh, we just made it like a regulation H team surrender. Whatever. I mean, he was really weak to wide guard. That was his main issue. Like, I don't know what his other 2 moves were on the Tornadus, if he didn't have Taunt or whatever. I'm assuming whatever else he had didn't really do anything to me. Maybe it was like Rain Dance. Rain Dance, Tailwind, Protect, Bleakwind Storm. I'm assuming probably that's what it was. If that was the case, that's probably why he didn't do anything, because he couldn't really do much to me at all. So, like, his entire team was just really weak to wide guard. Kind of just a prime example there, like, how the Smeargle can kind of just shut down your opponent's team if they really rely on spread moves. That's kind of another thing, too. So, kind of a good showcase for that. I'll see you guys in another match. Alright, we're here with another game. Opponent's running like a really weird Trick Room team. He has a lot of really cool shit, though. Emboar, Whimsicott, Ursaluna, Sinistcha, regular Goodra. I've seen that in forever, and then Spiritomb is another mon I've barely ever seen. Some really weird shit on my opponent's team, though. I think what I lead here is that Incineroar looks like a really good lead. Does solid damage to like everything on his team, apart from like the Emboar, but it's still getting Intimidate off. It's really nice. What else do I want to bring here? His team's also really slow. Yeah, he's a really slow team, so I'm actually going to bring the Smeargle. If I can start putting shit to sleep, that'd be nice. Especially like the Spiritomb or the Emboar. That'd be really nice to do. What else do I want to bring here? Chesnaught ain't too bad versus him. The main issue, though, is like if he has Spiritomb, I can't really do much to that. I think I'm going to bring the Ninetales in the back. And then I'm going to bring the Hydreigon. I think that's what I bring here. Terra Steel Hydreigon ain't too bad into his team. Especially versus like Ursaluna, it's pretty good into, so... Why I play the casual ladder though, because you see a lot of really cool shit being ran on the casual ladder. A lot more fun for me to play and a lot more entertaining for you guys, seeing a lot of more cool stuff being used. This actually kind of sucks because if he has Sap Sipper Goodra, then Spore won't work, I think, so kind of sucks. I'm just gonna fake out here. I can't really even do much here. Like, I think I just switch Smeargle out. I don't really want to take the risk that he's actually like Sap Sipper. I really don't. I think I just go right onto the Ninetales here and start firing off some blizzards. Take a long time to think about it. It ain't that much to think about, bro. Terra turn 1. Are you Terra Ghost? Terra Water. Well, that kind of sucks because now he resists Blizzard. It's going to literally do nothing to him. He has to be Sap Sipper though. If he's Terra Water, he has to for sure be Sap Sipper. He gets the special attack drop. Well, that's nice. Well, that's why I have Baton Pass on this. For shit like that, kind of, so that ain't too bad. I'm just gonna Flare Blitz the Whimsicott, get this fucker out of here. And then I'm gonna Baton Pass here. He is running a max speed Goodra. Max speed timid Goodra. I think that's what it needs to be to outspeed me under Tailwind. I think I actually passed those stats too. With Baton Pass, those stats get passed. But like, it doesn't really matter that much if I'm going to be passing them into Smeargle, so I don't really care. Get this Whimsicott out of here. That's one thing you kind of have to be careful of though with the Baton Pass, because you do pass, I think, negative stats. So keep that in mind if you do use Baton Pass. I get the speed boost, that's nice. I think just go for knockoff here. I go for knockoff. Go for the knockoff here. I kind of really just want to go for Spore to see if he's Sap Sipper, but I think Aurora Veil is definitely the play here. Like, I got Hydreigon on the back too, which ain't too bad. Rage Powder, that's fine. So at +2, I actually outspeed him with Tailwind. So it's kind of cool. Muddy Water, see how much this does. I got a Veil up now. Oh, that does a fuck ton of damage. It's gonna one-shot the Smeargle anyways, because like I have the minus special defense stats passed into me, so. Useless boost. I'm gonna Flare Blitz here, and then I'm I'm gonna Ruination if I somehow outspeed. No Rage Powder, that's perfect. I'm actually gonna dodge. That's clutch dodge. Really clutch dodge. He might have Strength Sap. That'll be worst case scenario if he has Strength Sap on his. He does. So he's going right back to full health. Wow, that does nothing. He might actually win this, just mainly because, like, I just can't do damage into him. Like, that's the main problem I'm having. I think I'm going to save the Ninetales. I'm going to keep that in the back. I'm going to go into the Hydreigon here. I have, like, 1 turn of snow left. Yeah, 1 turn of snow, so it doesn't pay to bring the Ninetales out. I mean, I'm going to try to Parting Shot out, I guess. I can Parting Shot out here. If I can get Parting Shot out, that'd be great. I'm just going to Dark Pulse here. So withdraw. What, Spirit Tomb coming in? Oh, Embark, okay. It actually doesn't really do much. Parting Shot, though, it actually ain't too bad here. So now I can go into the Ninetales here, and I can reset my snow. The snow doesn't return. The snow doesn't return because it didn't stop until the end of the turn. That's bad. I mean, I don't know if it really matters that much anyways, though. Like, the main thing is just the Intimidate. Like, I just want to Intimidate on the Emboar here, so he's at -2. That's what I really want here. And I'm just going to Dark Pulse the Goodra, try to get a flinch. He might actually just switch right back out into Sinistchaw, which I can see him doing here, just get the Hospitality boost. I think what this is going to come down to is, like, I go to close combat, I'm dead. I'm dead. Oh, I live! I live because he's at -2. Wow, that's clutch. A Dragon Pulse might actually take him out now. There's that clutch Citrus Berry, too, so that allows me to live in Muddy Water. I think what I do on this turn, I think he's going to switch out the Emboar here, actually. I'm going to double into Goodra on this turn. I mean, it's a 50-50 play here. Like, I can go Terra Ice, Blizzard, and if the Sinistchaw comes in, it just gets one-shotted right away. But then I don't know if I actually get the KO on the Goodra. That's the main thing. Or I lock myself into Freeze Dry here. Double into the Goodra, and even if he switches into the Sinistchaw, he still loses. Which is something I can do here, too. I don't know what I go for here. Do I try to flinch? I could try to flinch. I think I'm going to try to go after the Emboar, though. I think he's switching to Sinistchaw. I think he switches. Well, if he doesn't switch for whatever reason, like, I think I just lose. Okay, he stays in for some reason. Okay. So I lose, pretty much. Unless I get a flinch here. Unless I get a flinch, I think I just lose. I should have went for Dragon Pulse, but like I said, I thought he was probably going to switch out, so... I need a flinch. Or a miss. Or a miss, I'll take that. That's clutch. Wow. I forgot I had the Aurora Veil up too. The Aurora Veil saved the Hydreigon. That's why I lived. Wow, that's clutch. The Aurora Veil came in clutch this match. I forgot I had that still on my side. I think what he does here, like... I just freeze dry here. Like, I just freeze dry and I Dragon Pulse. He can't kill both of my Mons. Like, that's the thing here. He can't kill both. So I just Dragon Pulse here. He can't use Terra either. He uses Terra. If he Rage Powders, which he does, Freeze Dry gets rid of you. You're dead. And I guess it just comes down to, like, the Ninetales versus Emboar, but, like, if he goes for close combat, then he lowers his defense again. He has to try to land, like, multiple Head Smash in a row, or let's go for, like, Flare Blitz and open kills. See what it just does. Well, that just almost one-shots him. I think from that range anyways, I think I just still win. He just goes after Ninetales too, so... If he wanted a chance to win there, he had to go after the Hydreigon to maybe win. He didn't know I would choice Specs, though. I don't think. He probably did, maybe with how much damage I did to the Goodra there, but... He just probably dies here to recoil, pretty much. I just win the game off that. Really close match. Way closer of a match than I thought I was going to. Goes to show you how important the Aurora Veil is. If I didn't have Aurora Veil, I think I would have lost. Like, that's how clutch it was in this match, because I think the Hydreigon would have dropped there to a close combat. Because he was at -2 and it still did that much. With the Aurora Veil being gone, it probably would have killed me. So that's crazy. It goes to show you how clutch the Aurora Veil is if you can get it on this team. It's really important. Not bad, though. I think the main thing there is, like, the Sap Sipper Goodra. Like, if I was able to put the Goodra to sleep and it never had Sap Sipper, which it probably did. If it's Terra Water, it usually does. That was kind of the main thing, because it dodged Spore, which was my main answer to the Goodra, and since I can't Spore, that kind of was the main problem. I didn't have much to deal with it, apart from, like, Freeze Dry and just kind of slowly dwindling it down on health. So, I got the dub, though. Really close game. I'll see you guys in another match. Alright, we're here with the match. My opponent's running like a rental team. This team looks like really familiar to a team that I actually used with Toxtricity like a while back. I don't think it's the exact team though. I think that team actually had Electrode on it, but it looks really similar to a few of the teams I've been seeing. Like a copy-paste rentals for Toxtricity. I wanted the Toxtricity, Garchomp, Talonflame, Basculegion, Serena, and Gardevoir. This actually looks like a really good game for the Rhyperior here, because the Rhyperior does decent damage. It's like pretty much checks Talonflame. Talonflame doesn't do shit to you. With Terra Water, you kind of wall the Basculegion, and like Toxtricity ain't doing shit to you either. So I think I'm going to bring the Rhyperior here lead. Rhyperior lead looks really nice. Bring the Incineroar for the Intimidate. Looks really good here too. What else do I want to bring? Gardevoir could be a bit of a threat here, actually. Kind of scared of the Gardevoir, if I'm being real. I think I'm going to bring the Hydreigon. Ain't too bad here. I think I'll bring the Ninetales in the back. It comes down to what he really has. If he's like Scarf, Basculegion, that could be an issue, but... It kind of comes down to what he really brings. If he was bringing the Toxtricity, I think he's going to probably either pair it alongside the Garchomp or the Gardevoir for sure. So, he has to bring those two. Okay, this is a perfect lead. Perfect lead. Perfect lead. Perfect. The good thing here is, too, with this lead, I do not need to use Terra Water on turn 1. I can just stay ground because, like, he can't touch me for shit, so... Unless he's Terra Grass, Terra Blast, or something... He's not one-shotting me at all here. So I think I could just Rock Slide here. I think I'm just going to Rock Slide and just fake out here. Perfect lead. One shot the Talonflame, does a solid amount of damage. I'm assuming he has Gardevoir, it's probably his other mon. Basculegion, okay, well now I gotta go Terra Water. Either he's gonna go like Terra Normal Boom Burst here, is something he can also do here. I think I go Terra Water though. I'm not really too scared of Toxicity, like that's the main issue, but I think I'm just gonna Rock Slide here again. He could just go for like Wave Crash into Incineroar too, which is something he can maybe try to do. I think I just go for Knockoff here. It comes down to what he goes for Terra on. If he goes Terra Normal, if he really wants to dedicate to Terra when he's pretty much dead, or if he just goes like Terra Normal for Terra Water, Vascal Legion. Which just literally does nothing. There's the Boom Burst. That actually does a solid amount. That's choice specs. That is choice specs for sure. Choice Scarf Basket Legion with Aqua Jet, that makes a lot of sense. Get that out of here. So I'm saying, like, the Rhyperior on this team is like the thing you're gonna be bringing. Oh, he Rage Quits! He Rage Quits! Oh my gosh. What a fucking loser. Oh, I gotta communicate. Was that a communication error or was that a Rage Quit? Usually, if it's a communication error, that's the thing that actually appears first. So I think that was actually a Rage Quit. He Rage Quit. That the error does not matter. If it was a communication error, the opponent left or whatever, that first message would not have appeared. So he Rage Quitted there. What a fucking loser. As I was saying, when you do bring the Rhyperior, like a match like that lead was just perfect for us too there, but like a match like that where it has a really good matchup, it puts in a lot of work. You're not going to be bringing it like to every match, but when you do bring it, it puts in a fuck ton of work. That was a really good example there until he Rage Quitted. So, I don't know if I'll throw this one into the video. It's like a, 5-minute match, but if it's in the video, I'll throw it in as a bonus. I'll see you guys in 1 or 2 more games. Alright, we hear the match. My opponent's running like a crazy Regulation H team or some crazy shit. Slacking Mewtwo, Mew. He has both OGs. Doodle, Grafai, I'm assuming that goes along with the Slacking, and then Terrapagos, Lucario. I want to bring Smeargle here. I just lead Smeargle. It's actually really good into his team, just mainly because he can't one-shot me, and I can put his entire team to sleep. And like I have Wide Guard for Terrapagos, which is also really nice. I think I just lead Incineroar here. It looks really good too. Hits everything on his team for really good damage. What else do I want to bring? Hydreigon ain't bad here either. I think Hydreigon looks really nice. Part of me wants to bring the Ninetales, but at the same time, like if I could set up with the chesnaught here, I'd have to maybe go like Terra Electric if he brings both the Mew and Mewtwo, but barring that, if I can set up, I can kind of just sweep the guy with Body Press. He's really weak to that on this team. Even with like Knockoff, if I can just get like a huge Knockoff onto something, would be really good. This is not really any good. I think I'm gonna Spore here. I'm gonna Spore Mewtwo, and then I'm just gonna Fake out Mew here. I don't want to Spore the Mew, just mainly because if I put him to sleep, then I also fall asleep if he has Synchronize. Stellar Terra. Am I about to catch like an Aura Sphere or something? I think that's what I'm about to catch here. There's, oh shit, what did I say? Uh-oh. Oh, I live. We tanking that, though. Even with the Stellar Terra boost. Go to bed. Useless Moody boost that does nothing for me at all. I think what I do here is I'm just gonna go for Ruination onto the Mew here, and then I'm gonna start going for damage. I don't know what Mew really has for me here, but I'm just gonna start shitting out some damage. I just don't want to put it to sleep, because if that's synchronized, then I also fall asleep, and I really just want to keep my Smeargle awake. He also has Aura Sphere on this. Double Aura Sphere. Oh, he has a... Oh, what the fuck am I going against? Did you guys see that like I did? Hyper Potion? He had a Hyper Potion. What the fuck is this guy doing? That's a new one. I've never seen Hyper Potion Mewtwo. That brand new meta. This guy is running like 200 IQ. That must do something that I just don't know about. There's some hidden tech there that nobody knows about. He's trying to take advantage of. I'm gonna Ruination again. If I somehow live here, I'll go for knockoff. He has Leech Life, that's interesting. So he has Aura Sphere, and then he has a physical move. So he's running like a mixed Mew. That's why I play the casual ladder. Like, where else are you gonna see this crazy shit? Like, it may seem stupid, but like I don't know. I think this stuff's interesting. Seeing what other people are running. Really interesting playing against this type of shit. Here comes the Hackmon he got from Wonder Trade. Guarantee you, he's seen this Lucario on Wonder Trade, and he got it from Wonder Trade after trading up some garbage. He's like, oh, this thing looks so cool. I'm putting that on my team. Raid the shop? What's that supposed to mean? Ah, who cares? Shiny Lucario, y'all. Shiny, I got a shiny on my team. I'm getting like 6th grader vibes from this guy, y'all. That's what I'm getting right now. I don't know, do I even live this? I mean, I can Spore here. I'll Spore and then I'm gonna knock off. Earthquake. That actually just might straight up kill me. We're looking pretty good here, because Hydreigon looks really nice here. Plus the Chesnaught. Like, I don't know what he really has for Chesnaught here at all. I could go Terra Steel here too, but like I don't know what his last Mon really is. I really want to see what his last Mon is, because he hasn't used Terra either. I don't think it's actually the Slacking or the Grafai. I think it's probably Terrapagos, if I were to guess. So part of me wants just not Terra yet. I'm just going to go for Body Press here, and I'm going to Dark Pulse. If I have to eat a close combat, then I guess it's fine. I think I can still maybe win the game just with the Chesnaught alone. Aura Sphere. I can maybe tank that, actually. I do. So this guy's... He's running a mixed Lucario, too. Is that the random moveset they gave you from Wonder Trade? I'm assuming that probably is. Okay, it's probably like Aura Sphere, or he's actually Sash. Or I just didn't do enough damage. He has an invisible Focus Sash, okay. There's the Terrapagos, okay. So no Slacking Grafai, which I kind of would have preferred over the Terrapagos, one of those two, but... At least he's not that dumb, where he just brings the Slacking or the Grafai by itself. So at least he has somewhat of a brain. I don't know, I think I just Body Press here. I Body Press, and I'm just gonna Dark Pulse here onto the Lucario, just get it out of here. Make it a 2v1. I can't believe that Body Press didn't kill. Oh, man. There's the Levitate. I don't know why you would ever go for Earth Power on the Hydreigon, though, but whatever. He has a Terra, or actually, I forgot he used Terra on Mewtwo. There's going to be somebody in the comments typing that already. He used the Terra on the Mewtwo, bro. He can't go Terra on the Terrapagos. I mean, whatever. For Dark Pulse, maybe I'll flinch. Gyro Ball! I have never seen Gyro Ball Terrapagos. That has to be one of the craziest teams I think I've went against on the casual ladder in a while. Hyper Potion Stellar Terra Mewtwo, mixed Mew with Leech Life, mixed hacked Lucario from Wonder Trade. He is plopped onto his team. And then Gyro Ball Terrapagos. You're sure going to be hitting a lot with that 95 speed. Man, you're going to be hitting so much damage. Totally one of the fastest things ever. And I'll see you guys in another match. Alright, we're here with one final match. My opponent has the El Creamy, Mousehold, Incineroar, Rillaboom, Azumarill, and Fragoraph. Kind of a scary team, if I'm being real. His team's a lot slow. Kind of slow, though, actually. I think Smeargle actually looks pretty damn good here, if I'm being real. Smeargle looks really good because it outspeeds like half his team. I can go for Spore on, like, the El Creamy would be really, really nice, or Fragoraph, or even, like, the Mousehold. Or Azumarill. I'm assuming he has to be huge power. If he's Sap Sipper or Azumarill, that'd be crazy, but I don't know why he'd run Sap Sipper over huge power. I also want to bring here. I think Chesnaught looks really good here, too. I don't know if I want to lead with it, though. I think I'm going to lead Incineroar. I'll bring the Chesnaught in the back. And then I'm going to bring the Ninetales here. The Ninetales ain't too bad. Blizzard hits everything, and the stuff it doesn't hit, I have Moonblast or Freeze Dry for, so it ain't too bad here. Especially if I can get into like a late game scenario, I can kind of come in and sweep late game. I just gotta be kind of careful for the Incineroar and a few other things on his team, but too bad here. Does Neck have Trick Room? Because I'm putting something to sleep on this turn, and I think I'm going to put Neck to sleep. I unfortunately can't go for Fake Out here because of the Armor Tail, but I can knock off onto something here, which would be really nice. I think I'm just going to knock off onto the Mousehold. Get rid of its Wide Lens or whatever it probably has. Usually they have Citrus, or like if they're offensive, they have Wide Lens. I've seen a few with like Silk Scarf, Focus Sash, a few of them. Helping Hand, uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think Smeargle's dead here. Oh, he's actually just gonna go after the Incineroar, that's fine. Even with Helping Hand boost, I don't think you're one killing me with Population Bomb, bud. Maybe without an Intimidate, actually. With no Intimidate, he maybe would've. I kind of regret not putting the Mousehold to sleep, actually. I think that's more of a threat here. Get a crit. Get rid of the Wide Lens. Nice. Perfect. I get a defense boost. Oh, that's nice. That works really well. I mean, I'm going to Ruination here if I can somehow live. And then I'm just going to knock off again. I think what he does here is he actually goes after Smeargle. Because he doesn't want to get everything put to sleep. Same time though, like the Incineroar's pretty much dead, so like do you take the kill on the Incineroar or like what do you do? He's just gonna switch. So something's taking a Ruination. Azumarill, that's perfect. If he's Citrus, that brings him right down to Citrus Berry. There's a chance he can miss now too because he doesn't have Wide Lens, but doesn't look like he's gonna miss, unfortunately. I still get some damage off here, though, which is really nice. I still have my Sash intact. We're looking pretty good. It doesn't bring him into Citrus Berry range, though. I get the Speed Boost. Oh, that's nice. Perfect. Speed Boost is perfect here. Perfect. I am actually going to Ninetales here. I'm going to go into the Ninetales. I I can actually get an Aurora Veil up here, and I think that's what I really want to do. I'm going to go Terra Ice here, and I'm just going to throw up an Aurora Veil. Aurora Veil, Terra Ice, Blizzard, YOLO. Like, there's no way that Azumarill is going to one-shot me behind a Aurora Veil plus a defense boost in the snow. I wonder what his last mon is. He has Frigoraph. I'm assuming maybe like, I don't know if it's an Incineroar he has in the back or Rillaboom. I'm not sure. So what this does. It doesn't do that much to Azumarill, but that's fine. That might actually be Assault Vest, actually, with how little damage that actually did. It's not, though. I just don't do any damage because it's resisted. I pop his Citrus, which is the main thing, though. Superpower behind a Veil, plus it with a +2 defense boost, doesn't even bring me to Sash. So that's nice. Useless boost. The good thing here is too, like, I don't know, maybe an Aqua Jet might kill from this range, I'm not sure. He has Alcremie, oh that's perfect. What do you boost? Like, what does Alcremie even boost here, though? I just go for Spore. Like, I'm just gonna Spore here. Like, I don't know what Alcremie does to me. Nice Blizzard. He probably has Aqua Jet, but, like, I don't know if an Aqua Jet from this range even kills me, because I have +2 defense plus an Aurora Veil. Will an Aqua Jet from this range kill the Smeargle? I don't know. He doesn't even go after. He goes after the Ninetales, okay. That's fine, I'll get a free sleep off on you. I don't know why he didn't go after the Smeargle. I think the Smeargle's more of a threat to him at this point in the game, if I'm being real. Oh, this Ninetales just fucking shits damage. I guess that makes sense. If he has a Dazzling Gleam, I guess that makes sense why he never did. I'm gonna Iron Defense here. I think Blizzard, no matter what from this range, just gets the KO on both Mons. I guess Protect, okay. So I get a free turn of setup, pretty much, if he doesn't wake up here, at least. I don't know if this Blizzard will get the KO, though, but... At the same time, like, what does the Frigoraph really even do to me? Like, I don't know what it even does. I outspeed both things on his team. The Alcremie gets one-shotted from this range. Like, behind a Veil, there's no way you one-shot Chesnaught with anything. I think that's kind of game. Unless he has, like, a crazy Terra or something he can throw on my way, or... I don't know. And I forgot the Frigoraph's also asleep. I forgot that's also asleep, so goodbye. I'm just gonna knock off here and then go for Blizzard here. Just win the game. I think he just surrenders. I don't know how he even wins. Unless he tries going for like the first turn wake up, or I think it's maybe second turn wake up here. Love the Ninetales. So this is the prime example of like what the Ninetales really likes to do on this team. Just come in, click Blizzard as much as you can, like just fucking shit damage. Like look at how much fucking damage it's doing. See what item he had. Probably like throat spray, maybe. Wise glasses, okay. That's a new one. Take the dub though. I love offensive Ninetales. It's just so fun to use. Just coming in, clicking Blizzard, going Terra Ice, and just clicking Blizzard and hitting your strongest move with, and not having to worry about accuracy and just doing a fuck ton of damage. It's really fun to use. Really underrated mon. I think a lot of the people that are using Ninetales, they're just using it defensively or like more for like speed control or just to obviously set the Aurora Veil. I think the real way to actually succeed with Ninetales currently is 100% just fully offensive. Nobody expects it at all. It actually does a lot more damage than people expect it to do. Really, really good mon. Fun to use too. Let's talk a little bit about this team before we end the video. Alright, as for this team, if you guys want to use this team, Renzo in the corner, paste down below. That was a really good showcase for you guys. Kind of a little bit of everything in there. Some regulation G/H++ team, some regulation, I don't know, was it regulation H? Not regulation H. H is the current regulation we're on. Whatever the next regulation after regulation G would have been. The double restricted format, whatever that would have been. I think I said that earlier too. I said regulation H++. But that's the current regulation we're currently on. So, if you guys want to use a team, Renzo in the corner, paste down below. Overall, if you guys want a really cool team too, like this is a really cool team just mainly because a lot of stuff on this team is kind of like your oddball stuff that's not really super meta. I think the most highest usage mon on this team is probably Incineroar and then maybe the Ninetales. But even then, with like how popular like rain and like sun and like sand has been rising up, I don't think snow is really the most common. At least weather to really be running. I don't think it's really that high of usage, at least currently. So, and like Hydreigon was pretty high usage at the start of the regulation H format. It's kind of dropped off, but I do think it's still really good. This team kind of makes really good use of it as well. So, if you guys want a really good team with some really solid results, like I said, this team got like 1500 plus on Showdown, and this team got to like 1300 on the in-game Master Ball ladder. So, or at least peaked around 1300. I tried going a little bit higher, but then I ended up running out of time. And then my ranks ended up decaying because I never had time to play and that type of thing. But that's where this team kind of did peak at on the Master Ball ladder. So if you guys want more of like an oddball off-meta type team that does really good and can hold your own versus everything being played currently, I think this is a prime example of a really fun off-meta team with some of the stuff that really doesn't have the highest usage, but still incredibly good and pairs really well together. So kind of the main thing I kind of want with this team too. I didn't want to really use like a lot of your standard stuff. Maybe want like one or two things, but I wanted to use a lot of other really cool stuff that either nobody's using or playing, and stuff that I think is just really underrated in the format that has a lot of really cool uses, but nobody's really using or nobody expects. And that's kind of what this team does also really well. Another thing to keep in mind too, I know there's going to be some people asking, well, is this a best of 3 team, bro? Why is this team any good in best of 3? You guys got to understand, the teams I make, I do not make my teams for best of 3. If you guys want teams that are good in best of 3, then like there's plenty of other teams for that. The teams I make, the main thing I make these teams for is for the in-game Master Ball ladder, which is best of 1. That's how I design all my regulation H or whatever teams, whatever regulation it is. Make it mainly just for in-game best of 1. So I don't know how this team actually would really do in best of 3. I never tested in best of 3. I don't really care for best of 3 personally. I prefer best of 1. That's how I love playing the game. I think it's a lot more unique that way, and you're able to run a lot more unique sets. Apart from having like open team sheets and like revealing everything about your team, I think that takes a lot of the fun out of being able to like prepare for what your opponent's bringing, kind of just knowing stuff off the top of your head while you're battling. I think it takes a lot of the unpredictability and a lot of the other type of stuff out of the match. Especially when you don't have to really worry about what your opponent has, because you can see it in front of you and you have an entire list of what your opponent's running. You just kind of got to play around at that point, which I don't think it really is as fun, at least for me personally. But if you guys are looking for a best of 3 team, I did not test this team in best of 3, so keep that in mind. If you guys do want to use it though on Showdown best of 3, that's fine. Go test it out, let me know how you guys do. But this team was built for best of 1, like all my VGC teams are, pretty much, for the in-game ladder. Apart from that, not really too much else to talk about. My next team, at least we're currently trying to maybe build around, is probably Haxorus. Is probably going to be my next team. I don't have no ETA for when that'll be done, though. I got a lot more stuff on my plate currently. I'm kind of just really busy with IRL stuff and building teams and that type of thing. So, kind of on the back burner, kind of just whenever I have spare time here and there to kind of build and brainstorm, kind of go from there and that type of thing. So, at least for right now, I think it's going to be about like the last in-game team that I have in-game for at least a few weeks, probably 3-4 weeks, maybe like up to a month. And then I'll probably build something else for you guys whenever I have time or that type of thing. So, apart from that, I'm going to get out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed. Test out the team. Let me know how you guys do. Apart from that, leave a like, subscribe, share the video. I'm going to get out of here. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you guys in a future video.